love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Los Angeles Chargers. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Now Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack.
Let's bring it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Back to throw. Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Shrugs him off. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a give here to Pollard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with 1st downs on each play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Pollard. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Another Texas start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Raiders nothing. Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw his Carr. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Robinson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Hurts. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Chargers 14, Raiders nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
14-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down is Carr. Keeps him, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Gregory Rousseau able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all. And, Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember. But back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 33 yards that time.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's got Rome. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. They run. Robinson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. James Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long. Yeah, better against man than zone, or? Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life. No doubt about it. But you're stuck with me in this booth, yes, and he's miles away and smiling. And happy. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it. They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain. And it'll be intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception. So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, and that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Carr now on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Parsons.
30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Raiders 7. Matt Gay set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started,
as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. And Watkins, you see him there, still down and slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Hurts throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, and it's third down. They're going to look to throw. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Gay's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Robinson. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing his car on third down. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Carr going to throw. Man open. Here is Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
99 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's 2nd and inches.
Here's Robinson again on second down.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing now is Carr. Forced out to his left. The left side completion to Jones. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Robinson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
James Robinson,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Raiders 14. Stephen Gostkowski.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing is Hurts. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Corey Willis.
And the Raiders are right back in this football game. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Looking downfield for Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Carr. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Trey Flowers picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
On 1st down, Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the 22, Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to get in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And they can't bring him down. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout, and that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And they take a knee. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column.